Tonight, 53 people are charged in what the Department of Justice calls a colossal bail bond scheme operating out of Harris County.
The suspects are accused of falsifying records to make it easier for suspects to qualify for bond and get back on the streets. Anieli Ruiz is breaking down the massive operation that uncovered the scheme for us. Anieli.
Well, as you can imagine, this news comes as a shock to a lot of us. But a group of families who lost their loved ones during violent crimes here in Harris County tell us they've been sounding off the alarms for years and always wanted to know how some of these alleged violent offenders were able to bond out so quickly.
We need to stop making money off of dead children, and we need to stop making money off of homicide victims. This should not be a lucrative business.
Anger and frustration is what April Aguirre said she felt for years. She's the aunt of 9-year-old Arlene Alvarez, a young girl who was killed back in February of 2022. She says she didn't understand how Alvarez's alleged shooter was able to bond out so quickly out of jail.
I don't know about y'all, but I know that we didn't have that kind of money sitting around.
That is until today when they learned that federal agents and local law enforcement conducted a massive raid and arrested a total of 50 Houston area residents who were taken to NRG for processing. The Department of Justice indicated all involved, charging them with participating in a wire fraud scheme. According to the indictment, employees of Able Bonds, a now defunct bond company based out of Houston, conspired to falsify co-sign financial reports. This was allegedly done to help individuals charged with criminal offenses qualify for bonds that they would have not otherwise been eligible for.
Are you ripping people off?
Not at all.
The CEO of the company you see here, Sheba Muharib, is also being charged. This is video of her at the Harris County bail bond hearing back in April of 2022. She was applying for a license to be renewed and was approved by the board. But some people had voiced their concerns about renewing her license. And one of those is bail bondsman himself and part of the county board.
These companies that, as I say, had a rob Peter to pay Paul business model started to ramp up bonding out people who shouldn't have been bonded.
After her approval back in 2022, just months later, the FBI raided her office.
The honor code amongst the bail bond industry, I think that day is pretty much over and done with. And the only question is, how do we make sure that the bonds that offenders are getting out are legitimate?
Now, investigators tell us they still have 3 people with outstanding warrants: Tawana Jones, Pamela Yoder, and Amir Khan. Now, the sheriff did put out a statement saying his office, the crime analyst here at the Harris County Sheriff's Office, were the ones that began this investigation. Reporting live, Anieli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.